Okay, yeah. Hello, y'all. Oh, I nearly forgot I went live. Um, you know how it be, man. You know how it be. Let me just get everything sorted real quick. Okay, there we go. There we go. Y'all see the topic? Y'all see it? We're finna review actually my debate against Islamic Apex. You know what I'm saying? This video has been long overdue. Should have been done a while back. It shouldn't even be, you know what I'm saying? But you know, new month, new me. We're coming correct. We're moving. We might be posting every day this month. You never know. You never know. I might be a different man this month. But anyways, may laziness never, ever, ever get to me ever again. But let's review this video real quick. All for it. See there. See what I've done there is that I've abs. Now let me stop. I'm trying.
Oh,
Let
bro.
me add it to the stage.
Hey,
Now,
oh my, wait.
now listen. His name is spelled A. Let me go for the beginning. Hold on. Let me go for the beginning, just in case y'all didn't hear.
Nah,
Every
literally.
No, hold on.
That's like the second time I've had to like. It really be your own,
You
bro.
really
It
do be
never
your
like.
own. And what was I saying? Your own, bro? Because these guys, bro, these guys be trolling, man. But hey, never been mad at Rage Bait before, man.
Hey, Anus, man, it's been so long.
His name is spelled Anas, bro. That is not on me. That is not on me. Y'all can't put that on me.
Bro. Anus. Oh my,
Hey,
wait, Anus, bro. Look, listen, listen,
I got
listen, listen.
motion in the field.
Can you
Wait,
hear
why are
me?
you calling? Why are
Wait,
you
I need.
calling him
That's
Ernest?
his name.
I thought it was a Nas.
Oh,
Ooh,
wait. Let.
W man's for correct to me, man. I knew his name. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I knew his name, bro. Come on, who don't know Islamic Apex? But look, you know what I'm saying? You got, as Orthodox Muslims said, it's 70% rhetoric, bro. As soon as they come on, you just got a rhetoric farm, bro. It don't even matter. It don't even matter the topic. The topic could literally be, would you unalive yourself? And rhetoric farm, you know what I'm saying? But no, I do go in seriously throughout the debate, though.
What's your? No,
Wait, why
what's
did
his like use like what's your
He
username?
came on an alt account, by the way, because he knew he'd get baked. That's why I have to let people know it's this guy. I have to expose him for real, bro. I have to expose him.
Like, it's something Apex.
uh
Apex. Yeah, I didn't. I
Can you hear
forgot.
me?
I genuinely forgot it was Islamic, bro. Yeah, yeah. Because Orthodox Muslim has been running from me for a while. I mean, I could review that clip actually. I could. I could. I
Me,
could.
bro?
yeah,
Islamic.
we can hear you.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, we can
Islamic
hear you. We
Apex,
can
right?
hear you.
Apex.
Why
I'm glad
aren't
you
you
know
on
my
your
name,
main
man.
page?
Here.
See, he wasn't on his main. He wasn't on his main. Oh, I'm glad someone called it out in the vid. He wasn't on his main. I remember this debate vividly, like it happened yesterday.
I'm gonna call you Islamic because I don't know how to pronounce your actual
I
name.
just happen to not be on my main. So
Yeah, right. He always does this. He always goes on a second account. He's one of those guys, bro. Those guys you need to watch out for, bro. This how you know he's not serious. I wonder if the side. I think actually it doesn't even matter. To be fair, if I go up front or side, with these videos, because I'm wearing a mask, so my angles don't really matter.
I think that the
Apex,
Trinity
go
is
ahead.
Well,
logically impossible,
How is it
which means that
logic?
it
Which
can be
law of
true.
logic does it break?
And that's when they do that. That's the first thing you need to do. Which law of logic? So there's three laws of logic, right? There's law of identity, law of excluding middle, and law of non-contradiction. Of identity, x has to equal x, right? So you can't say I am equal to myself and I am not equal to myself. That's an issue right there. That's an example of breaking the law of identity. So X has to always equal X. Law of non-contradiction is where non-contradiction would be well, a contradiction would be where you say two or more statements that counteract each other, or what do you call it? Overlap each other. Yeah. Oh, actually, counteract is the perfect word. That counteract each other or negate each other in the same respect and at the same time. So, for example, if I say, I don't know, it's raining in London and it's not raining in London, right? That would be a contradiction. But I can say it's raining in London, but not raining in, like, I don't know, Switzerland or something, right? That's going to be law of non-contradiction right there. And then law of excluded middle is just like either it's X or it's not not X. So like either someone's alive or they're not alive. They can't be, or either someone exists or they don't exist, right? Like you can't. There's no middle ground between existing and not existing. And another example of law of non-contradiction would be like the universe exists and the universe doesn't exist in the same time, in the same respect. But all three, if broken, implies some kind of contradiction.
It actually breaks two. I think it
Okay.
breaks the law of identity,
Law
and
of
it breaks the law
identity.
of non-contradiction.
See, we just need, let's just let it talk, man.
How does it break law of non-contradiction?
The reason I went with law of non-contradiction is because, wallahi, I'm tired of them man just running Leibniz's law. I'm finna make a video on that soon, on how to refute that, but not today. That's a whole another kind of worms, and I want to do that when I fully look into the Trinity. Because video I hold to a different view than I hold to now. That's why I'm making this reaction. All right.
Well, it's
I
presuming
had
that
to
you're
text my
a
boy Comfort. He
Eastern.
better answer, huh?
The
To
reason I texted Confo because Confo got him on clip saying he grants the shout of Turin. And everyone knows if you grant the shout of Turin, that's an issue for Islam because oh my gosh, if a Muslim grants the shout of Turin as a real miracle, that means Jesus did die on the cross and he did resurrect. So you know what I'm saying? That's the issue.
just to be clear, you are an Eastern Orthodox, right?
I am Eastern, yeah.
Okay. And you would say that
Why I answered the question, I thought he said you aren't Eastern Orthodox, which on my part, I might mean that that's like a tracking issue. But you know, it is what it is. At least he got see I answer directly, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the rhetoric, bro. I know I'm gonna contradict myself. Forget rhetoric. I was trolling. I was trolling. The rhetoric is not 70% of how much they rate it, bro.
the Father is the fount, head,
Okay,
and
yes.
you would say that you generated the Son eternally, and the Holy
Mm-hmm.
Spirit spirates through the Son from the Father, right?
The wait. You said from what, sir?
Wallahi, on the day, wait, sorry. On the day, genuinely, I don't know if it was my headphones, if I was nervous or something, but I was not hearing jack diddly. I was straining. Maybe because my volume was low, but yeah, there's a few. Could have been a few issues. I don't know. Give me one sec. Let me see something.
The Holy Spirit spirates from the Son through the Father.
I mean, you can use that terminology, yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, so I think that it's logically inconsistent.
Okay, yeah. I was testing if y'all can hear the video, but now we need to go back a little bit because I want to pick up on what he just said. Hold on. I want to pick up on what he. In the moment, I granted him it because, like, he said the right thing the first time, right? But no. We're not gonna let him slide here. We're not gonna let him slide here.
From the Son through the Father.
I mean,
From the Son through the Father. Wallahi, Aki, I never want to hear this guy discuss the Trinity again. Hands up. Wallahi, I never want to hear him discuss the Trinity again. Wallahi. This guy just made the biggest blunder, and I got that clip. Right, let's go.
you can use that terminology, yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, So I think that it's logically inconsistent because when you come and say, okay, so you say the Father and the Son and the Spirit are all the same God because they share the same essence.
Well, is that? What do you mean? Say that. Say that one more time. Like,
Yeah. I just need to make sure I had the right thing. But yeah, it's not just because they share one essence. We believe in a multitude of reasons, especially in the East over the West, where it's just like, even though the West does kind of agree with us on this, they mainly focus on it being the essence. That's mainly a Western thing. But in the East is because we have one God because we have one Father. And how does it expressed? We worship the Father through the Son in the Spirit, right? And we do that's the formula all the time. That's the formula all the time. From the Father through the Son in the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
The Father, the Son, and the Spirit are the same God simply
uh,
because they share the same essence.
and they have one
See,
operation.
there's an echo on there too. There's an echo on there. I don't know if it was that, but something wasn't right. Something was going wrong that day that I could not hear. And I got aura in this picture, by the way. This bitch is aura.
Yeah.
And that means what?
That means like they have the same energy, so they have the same omnipotence, like omniscience.
So energeia is just activity, operation, yada yada. So for example, as I said, omnipotence is gonna be what they do, what they instantiate, or what they bring to fruition, or the possibilities that they actualize, right? Because omnipotence is just the ability to actualize any possible thing, or actualize all potentia, I should say. Before people, oh my God, he didn't use. That's why when we say God can't lift a rock that is heavier than or well, God can't make a rock, sorry, that he can't lift because that's logically impossible. That's why. So there's no potentia to be actualized there, and that's why. And this is Saint Gregory. If you want the source on where I get this info from, you can read Saint Gregory of Nyssa's on Not Three Gods, right? Yeah, on Not Three Gods. It's a good beginner guide onto why we have one God, even though we have a triad of persons.
That's because they have the same essence. It all roots back to that.
Not yes, he's not wrong. He's not wrong there, but um that doesn't really critique what I said, really, because I said it's not just because they have one essence, it's also a multifaceted reason. Because he wants to, I know he wants to like hop on the trend of he was gonna do the one, it's like mono-human critique, right? Where you say, well, we have one essence, humans have one essence. Well, why aren't we uh one? Look, and then I snipped it in the bud by just saying Energeia, but he wants to go back to essence for some reasons. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't be that. This is me. That's just what I thought in the moment.
That's why I said along with having the same energy.
Exactly. I said along with. I never said he was wrong. I'm just saying it's not a singular reason. I could even go to the father route. We have one God because we have one father. I could even went there. I would typically do that. If X brings up the law of identity, which he did, but that's not what we're critiquing right now.
Oh,
It's not along. It's the same thing. No, it's
No,
not
it's not.
along
It's not the same thing.
because it's the same thing, right? Because if having the same essence means you share the same essential properties, then this means by definition, if they have the same essence, this means they share the same energeia.
By the way, he this is another big blunder, right? Because me and him have the same essence, essential properties, soul and body, and then the nous, which is just virtually distinct from the soul. It doesn't really mean that we are the same thing, though. It doesn't mean we have the same operations. So he blundered here.
All right, sure. I
Okay,
know
good.
it roots back to that, since I'm just making it.
Okay, so there's no
Yeah,
point in
that's
saying along
We have the same.
because it's not different.
Wait, we have the same capacity. That's why I said it roots back, but it doesn't mean we automatically share the same energeia or operation or same actions, right? Because as you can see, Islamic Apex talks, and I'm not talking, so we have different operations over it.
Okay, look.
Is it this?
So
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
no, it's not. It's the same.
No,
Okay, so you
it's
say the
not the
Father.
same.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why he tried doing
The
that.
Father, Son, and Spirit are not three gods. They're one God because they have the same essence. Do you define essence? Do you define? How do you define essence?
Yeah, so
I gave a beautiful definition. Hold on. I gave a beautiful Listen closely, peeps. Listen, he's gonna congratulate me even. This is how you know I gave a good definition.
The spirit are not three gods. They are one God because they have the same essence. Do you define essence? Do you define? How do you define essence?
Yeah, so essential properties making you what you are.
Cooked, right there. No, I'm not saying I cooked him yet. Already, he's blundered too many times for me to even for this to even be a fair debate. But I cooked on that definition. Wallahi, I brought everything in. I said essential properties. I said, what else did I say? Oh no. That makes something what it is, bro. Oh my god. If you need philosophy lessons, a thousand an hour, bro.
Perfect. So
That is
a
perfect.
set of essential
See? Perfect. I need to add that to a soundboard, bro. Perfect.
properties.
A call
If
for
one
please.
shares, so let's say X shares the same essential properties as Y. This means they are one. Is this correct?
If X
If X is wait, let me hear.
shares the same set of essential properties,
Yes. If X shares the same essential properties as Y, this means X and Y are the same kind.
same kind, sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because me and him share the same set of properties. That means we are the same kind, human.
Good. And let's take an example. If X is an item and
Mhm.
Y is an item, and
Mhm.
X and Y share the same essence, then they are the same item.
What do you mean by item here?
Yeah.
Thing, just a thing.
What is the
You know what a
same
thing is?
thing? Yeah, that's so vague. Because I could be like the same thing doesn't mean we're the same person, right?
I'm not saying well no,
So
we
thing
can't
here
even
is
use person. No. We can't even use person here because
thing.
we don't
Oh,
say the
but thing here
person.
is vague though.
See how I caught him out? That's vague. You same thing. Like what the hell? Are we talking essence, person, being? Like we need elaboration. See how when I give definitions now. When I give definitions, I'll be on point. I don't know. Hey, this side angle is actually hitting for me. You know what I'm saying? Jawline, jawline.
That
Okay,
just
thing that which exists.
that's, okay. So they share the same being, is what you're saying.
They're the same being. Because
Okay, yeah,
yes.
no
Beautiful,
issue. I have no
beautiful.
issue.
I'm glad I pushed back on that. So they share the same being. I have no issue saying that.
Okay, good. So do me and you share the same essential properties?
Yes.
Are we the same being?
No,
No.
Then you've invalidated the equation already that you agreed to.
no. See, this is why I went with the Enegea. See, I clocked it. I clocked it. I clocked it. This is why I went with the Enegea, and he was pushing for the essence, bro. Because these guys have one script, bro. Soon as you break the script, they try anything to get back there. They crawl, they grab, they try anything, and I mean anything to get back there.
No, because I agreed to that. They're the same being. I said that
Again,
Yep.
I gave
again
you an
because I hold
equation.
to trope. So we're just gonna
That's
be.
fine.
Back then, I did hold to trope. This happened like a year ago, I believe. This happened last year, sometime last year, late or mid last year. I did hold to tropes, and this is Sejuade's view. I still think is a valid view to hold, especially if you're Eastern Orthodox. But I want to go a more Aristotelian route because I don't really like. Not that I don't like analytical philosophy, but I feel like, for example, if I make a law, right? Let's say I make a law, Noel is the best guy ever, right? Analytical philosophy, regardless of what happens, they apply that law everywhere. So if someone else comes around, because I could have meant that I'm the best guy ever in this certain time period. They're gonna take I am the best guy ever and apply it to everything, no matter what, without fail. So and they disregard the context surrounding things. So, for example, Leibniz's law, even though Leibniz says, my law can't be applied to X, Y, and Z, they don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Analytical philosophers do not care, bro. They look at the law as long as there's no logical contradiction with applying the law here, there, and everywhere, then they're gonna apply it, bro. They don't care about background research, which is why I was like, ooh, I don't wanna, I don't wanna go on down an analytical route, right? So that's why now I'm gonna make a video. I don't think soon. I don't think soon, but I'm gonna make a video eventually on my view on the Trinity and how I get out of like the law of transitivity, the LPT, and all of that, because I know that's very needed in times like these.
I know, but I
Yeah.
gave you an equation and you agreed to the equation.
No, I said so. You're
See, this is, I think he's going down an analytical route because, again, no matter what, as long as you get an equation, it has to be X, Y, and Z. It cannot, there can't be things that are beyond the equation.
saying they're the same being. I never agreed to your equation.
Okay,
Mhm,
okay, then you just
mhm,
decided not to answer. Would you agree
Right.
that X and Y, if they have the same essence, then they are the same being?
If excellent depends on what you're talking about. I just think that's
Why does it depend?
Look,
because again, we have the same set of essential properties, but our things that what our instantiations are going to be different.
see why I hesitate to say instantiations because back then I didn't know how to universal, so it wouldn't make sense for me to say instantiations. The word I was looking for there, we are different tropes, because I legit instantiate tropes, but that's not a blunder. That's just me like I don't know, wrong terminology, I guess. I mean, you can still use instantiated. Instantiated means it's polysemitic or it's polysemic. Sorry, it's polysemic, meaning it has multiple definitions.
That's
Oh,
why I
what do you
said
mean by
along with.
wait? What do you
So
mean by
like, for
instantiations?
example, like if me and you collab together to make a house, right?
Hey, collabing, me, Apex collabing, bro. Making a house coming soon, coming soon, coming soon.
You would have built part of the house. I would
Hmm.
have built part of the house. Whereas when the Trinity does it, we don't say like, oh, like the Father built one
One third,
third of
and
this
yep.
world, and then
And this is what we were talking about earlier when I said, what was it? It's from the Father through the Son in the Holy Ghost, right? It's never ever gonna break that formula. Whereas even if we collab, I'm going to have to make like this PC right here. I'm gonna have to construct it partly, and then someone else is gonna have to come and construct it even better, right? That doesn't happen in the Trinity. They just act because they're pure act, which is why we believe in divine simplicity. There's no like, oh yeah, he built part here, and then the son's like, hey yo, father, I think you should add X Y Z here, and then the Holy Ghost is like, I inspect what you guys did here, but I'm gonna need to add something here. Like that don't happen in the Trinity. You know what I'm saying?
the Son built the other third, the Holy
Well,
Spirit built the other
that's the
third.
crux of the argument. That's the
But
crux,
that's what I'm
right?
saying. That's
That
why I said
I believe
operation.
that the concept of RI, I think it's special pleading.
I think
This is
I
the whole
hold to
point.
impure, not pure.
Yeah,
That
I did hold to impure. I was using impure here to tackle because I don't have one specific rule of identity, especially not back then. I could just jump around and use any because he invoked RI. I don't think I invoked it first. I could be wrong. My memory could be failing me, but I believe he invoked it first here. And then I was just like, okay, if you want to go down the RI route, if I were to hold to one, it'll be IRI. But I do not use IRI day to day, guys. I do not use it day to day. I'm a classical logician.
I know that's not relevant. I know you hold to
Yeah.
impure, but it's not relevant.
Okay.
So you being an impure,
By the way, remember, wait, it's not the part yet, but we gonna get there.
RI theorist, I mean, it's special pleading because of this
I hold
concept.
to that for everything though.
No, you
Yeah, that's if like again I'm jumping into this because he invoked RI. So I'm gonna say that yeah, I hold to it for everything. Just
don't.
Yes, I do. Because look. Under
So,
impure,
so
we
for
can
all
be.
x,
Wait,
so
no,
for
no,
all
no.
x and y, okay, let's
mhm.
see if you do.
Wait, hold
So for
on.
all
Can I
x and y,
explain? Do you know what impure is?
yes, of course.
Okay, go ahead. What's your equation?
Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't. Eventually, someone's gonna check him, but I was just trying to be generous because I didn't want to. Because a lot of debates, right? They're just like, "What do you mean? Okay. What do you mean? Okay. What do you mean?" I don't want that to be every single sentence. So I was just like, you know what? Just let him waffle, man. Let him waffle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But someone does check him, and y'all gonna see it's gonna be the funniest thing ever.
So you would say that for all x and y, if x and y share the same essence, then they are the same. Then they're the same being, right?
No, that's not.
Whoa! I don't know how we got there. I don't know how we got from being the same being when he broke down thing to now we're on S having the same essence has to mean you're the same being, which is why I gave him a multitude, sorry, of what do you call it? Multitude of criteria that make the Trinity one. That's what he's not getting, and this is why you don't have one script, because when people break that script, they go off script. You're good.
So what impure means is that something can be related in this.
I
It can be
know,
related in essence, but distinct in
but they're
personhood.
the
Yeah,
I
because you're gonna have different domains under RI, right? When you crack God one isn't a sortal, so he can't even be counted. So that's one category error that Islamic Apex made. Secondly, the only thing that can be counted in God under relative identity, at least, is the persons. So that's why under the sortal persons, we have three, but under God, like the essence, when we talk about the essence, there's only going to be one, because one is an apophatic, meaning negative claim, right? Because when we say something's one or unique or singular, we're denying that there's another kind of this thing. But yeah, the essence is innumerable. So that's a blunder on his end. This debate was bad, and I wasn't even as good as I am now. Boy, if I formally debate this guy, he'd be baked, bro.
I understand.
That's it.
I
So where the
I
hell do you get
didn't
the
I
same
didn't
being?
I didn't define you what impure RI is. That wasn't my definition. I was asking a question.
Yeah, and I said no to that. I was like, I don't know what the
Okay,
hell
good.
that means.
So
See, I don't know why there's a. I think I was. What was I doing? So, there's a lot of clicking going on. I don't know what I was doing.
why is the Father and the Son the same?
Oh, I think I was playing games. Right. I'd be playing solitaire. Well, I'm gonna sound old as hell. I'm not that old, guys. But I'd be playing solitaire on. I'd be playing solitaire on live, on TikTok lives at least.
Same God.
They be boy. I just be having fun, bro. Don't hate on me, bro. I be having fun.
Because they have one operation.
Exactly. So I started it back to the operaciano.
Okay, and that means what?
That means when they partake in an action, it's gonna be the same. There's not gonna be like
Why
a
is it the same?
separation. Yeah, because
Why
it's
is it
not
the same?
because I just gave you the example of the creation of the world. We don't say
Yeah, like he's. I hate when conversations go circular, right? I hate when they go circular. I hate that. And that's why I'm getting a little frustrated here.
this. They
Well,
create part of the
well, I
world.
understand. You're just reinstating your point, but why is that the case?
That's not real. That's the that's the whole point. Because I already said why there would be one, and it will be like if we want to get philosophical with it, or like fully deep into it, it'll be like token act, token type, which again I'll make a video on later. But basically, the Trinity is gonna have one token act, because what they do is gonna be carried out in distinct by distinct persons, but it's still going to be one token act, because it's still the same act. For example, let's take another example, would be the revival of the Son, right? In one verse it says the Father raised him from the dead, which is God raised him from the dead, which will be the Father, because that's the nominal name of the Father, God, within the scriptures. In another part in John, I believe, it says, oh, I lay my life down on my own accord, and I pick it back up again on my own accord. That means the Son raises himself up from the dead, and then it says the same Spirit in you. Paul says, at least, the same Spirit in you. The same Spirit that was in Christ that raised him from the dead, or the same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead is in you, right? So that means the Holy Ghost also partook in raising Jesus from the dead. Now, because God isn't made up of parts, they each have an equal role, just a distinct one, right? And this will be like sufficient enough for them not to be one or the same, either the same person, right, or separate. And separate meaning totally they can act or deliberate on their own without each other, because or having different minds, because the Trinity has one mind.
Because they're indivisible. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Indivisible.
I don't know why he just asked that. Like, that's pretty primitive to me.
Yes.
What does that mean that they're indivisible?
Meaning that in their operations, the Father can't partake of an action that the Son isn't partaking.
Why is the question?
Because they have the same operation. It goes back. Like, are you not?
What is this? What it like? That's the foundation. But what he wanted is because they have the same essence. I know what he wanted, but I just didn't want. He just wanted to detour instead of critiquing why they're one God. The second criteria I've given, he just wanted to go back to the first criteria for some reason. Because even if we go back to the first criteria of essence, God's essence is super essential, hyperousios, right? Which is another thing I'll touch on later. But simply put, it means it's beyond reality, so it cannot. Whereas our essence, right, is going to be abstract. Our universal, the humanity's universal, big H, is going to be abstract, right? It's grounded in the mind of God. God's essence is transcendent. We can to the point we can only speak apophatically about it.
Just stop. You're trying your best not to say the same essence for a reason. Okay. It's the answer.
No, because even Gregory and Nissa would agree with me.
The correct answer is that they have the same essence.
That's not the only answer.
That's not the only.
No, it is because
no, it isn't. There's like three answers you could give. Same operation. You could give same ontology, so same being, so same essence. You can also give because we have one Father. There's three answers you can. So the Islamic, again, this is the same guy that said he's only read 2 books fully, and I believe one of them was the Quran. So it's really one.
If they didn't, no, it is because if they didn't have the same essence, there is no operation that they share.
No, because look, me and you can have the same essence doesn't mean we have the same operation.
Exactly.
Well, I understand that.
Okay, then that's why I'm
concession.
bringing up the Enegea.
Okay.
That's the whole reason.
Okay. So what does it mean that they're indivisible? What does that exactly mean?
I just told you, in action, there's not an action that the Father partakes in that the Son doesn't partake, or the Holy Spirit doesn't partake.
So indivisibility lies between indivisibility it lies between one sharing the same exact actions as another, and necessarily that being the case.
No, sharing the actions, yes.
Okay. So define to me what it means to be the same being.
The same being? It means that you have that one existence. You have one existence.
Now this is the this is a no, right. Well, what he says here is gonna unalive certain man there. Me as a man, I couldn't believe what's about to be said here. It stuck with me all these years, bro. It's only been one, but it stuck with me. It's dark.
Between these persons.
You know, one existence just means one essence.
Now, see what he's done there is he's absolutely bottled the game, mate. What he's done there is the equivalent of heresy right there, mate. Now, okay. Anyways, one set of essential attributes is equivalent to existence. MashaAllah.
So you think essence and being are the same thing?
Then look at this, guys.
Well, no.
That right there is what we call a contradiction. Don't ever let them tell you different. Now, see, these guys, this is why these guys need to stay on their own panels, bro. Because anytime they come off their panel where they can't clip and they can't mute and they can't do X, Y, and Z, they get baked. They get baked by the big dog, man.
Then it's not the same.
No,
Didn't
no,
y'all
it
agree
is.
on that essence is the essential properties?
Yeah, we
Y'all
already
agreed upon that.
We already
Okay, so
about
essence and being have a distinct meaning. I don't know. Like,
well, I understand.
So then, how am I saying
semantically-
they have one being mean automatically?
No. Just listen. If you say
Like,
that
what?
one essence, if you say that there's one existence, then there's necessarily one essence. Do you understand that?
Yeah, but another.
Yeah,
but you.
Hold on. Now I need to use the Muslim rhetoric. He said to say, that's right. He said what he said there. But if we flip to say there's one set of essential properties. Like for example, if I say humans have one set of essential properties, does that mean there can only be one human? No, because we can instantiate the universal. Hello. Like we need to do better in 2025, right? Not because this debate again happened in 2025. And in 2026, we still need to do better. We need to do even better than 2025.
You said they're the
Argument-
same thing. I'm saying they're not the same
You're-
thing.
Well-
Did I get this loud? Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
They're
if you
not-
say, well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you say that something has one existence, it's the same to say that they have that
I
there's one essence. You understand that,
I
right?
think, yeah, I
What
did
do you mean the
flip it
same to
down.
say? I don't get
Yes, they're semantically
Well-
different, but they're reduced to the same thing.
Nah. Wallahi, he's waffled here. See the backtracking, and then he goes back to what he said, and then he's trying to be like waffles right here.
it. Yeah, that's
You would have,
just
you would
added
have
the
to give
word
the
reduced.
argument for why they wouldn't have the same
Reduced.
being, bro.
Yeah, I like that.
Sorry?
You would have to give the argument for why they wouldn't have the same being. I mean, we heard your argument for the essence, but you would have to give the argument for the
Well, it's because the idea of the model of the relative identity, it's special pleading, and it's something that
I hold
seems
to
kind
I
of
hold to
ad hoc.
IRI for everything. So it wouldn't be special.
Everything, gangy.
Okay, what do you define as IRI?
I already gave the definition.
We went over the definition. Have you been tracking?
No.
Yeah, he's not been tracking out. Oh, this is what we call a guy that doesn't have a Scooby Doo, because he's not got a Scooby. You know how and anyways, if you have to explain it, it's not funny, so I'm not even gonna explain it. If you know, you know,
No, go.
and if you don't know, man, get out of here, man. We don't need you.
This is going circular,
you
man.
We
define
don't need your kind. And even someone else pointed out that it's going circular, by the way, because like it is, and I hate circular conversations when we lay out the groundwork and then we have to go back upon the groundwork, not to evaluate it, but to redefine or rehash the view. Like this is what you call TikTok brain. This is what you call you know when you have to watch the video with the Subway Surfers at the bottom. This is what we call that. This is when you have to watch it with the Candy. Do people even play Candy Crush anymore? Damn, I'm old, man.
you defined it.
Circles.
Look. You defined it as you defined the impure
Impure,
relative
yeah.
identity as having the same essence but distinct person.
So something can be identical in essence but distinct in person. That's all I define.
Give me an example.
So for example, me and you, we can have the same essence, but we're not the same person. Do you
Are
agree?
we one human?
We have the same. What do you mean by one human?
Depends
Okay,
on what he means.
Let's make this analogous. Is make it analogous to the Trinity.
Uh-huh.
It's not.
I did make it analogous to the Trinity, but we couldn't. Any analogy I would give would be faulty, because the way in which the essence of God exists is not the way in which our essence exists. This is going to be different.
Analogous to the Trinity.
No, I'm saying. What do you mean by same human here? I don't know what you mean by.
When you say Jesus and the Son are the same God, sorry, Jesus and the Father are the same God,
Mm-hmm.
but they're distinct persons.
Yes.
To translate that over here in our
Oh,
anthropomorphic terms,
okay. I know what you're saying. Okay, this is why, because under trope theory, our
Mm.
essence or our like nature is numerically multiple. So there's multiple tropes that we possess of humanity. The humanity trope, we possess it. There's multiple of those.
So let me break that down. So me existing as a human and you, the viewer, existing as a human under trope theory are going to be separate things, but they're gonna resemble each other enough in which we can call them a human trope kind, right? So we can have the same trope kind under trope theory, but we can't have the same trope under trope theory. Whereas with God, they have the same trope. Why? Because when we see the Son's glory, we are seeing the Father's glory. When we see the Son's light, we're seeing the Father's light, and so on and so forth. But when I see my hair, I'm not seeing your hair, am I? You're like, come on, look at my hair, man.
But under
Look
trope
at the
theory,
video. Just look at
there's
the
only
video.
one
That's what it is.
numerically.
Gibberish. This is why you don't. This is what Jesus meant when you don't throw pearls to swine. Man said gibberish.
How's that gibberish?
I
You
mean,
don't know.
you
I
have
thought
to
you knew
let it-
tropes.
Bro,
He
Yeah.
said he knew tropes, by the way.
I was like,
No.
let him give you what's the
Just
heck, you have
because
to
I
let
call
him give his
something gibberish
argument.
doesn't mean I don't know what it is.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So,
So
and
I
then
know what the
under
Trinity is,
trope.
but I think the
Okay.
Trinity's gibberish.
I'm not even explaining the Trinity here.
We weren't even talking. We were talking about. we weren't even this. We were talking about humanity in this specific case. He didn't even. Again, these guys have TikTok brain, bro. They can't go. Hey, as soon as that hit 60 seconds, they got to scroll, bro. They can't. They got to fight themselves not to scroll, bro. He couldn't listen to the explanation, and he doesn't even know where we're at in the conversation.
Like, are you tracking? I'm not
No, I
explaining the
never said.
Trinity here.
Actually, that's so.
Oh my
You ironically
gosh,
said
what the
that.
heck?
I never said that we were talking about the Trinity.
Come on, TikTok brain, man. TikTok brain.
I said
Okay, so
the
now can I get
Trinity.
back to
No,
my
no, no.
explanation?
Listen.
No, this
I
is
gave you an
irrelevant
example.
to my
Yeah, this is irrelevant.
explanation.
You're.
Yeah,
It's
the
relevant.
Like, he
red
just
herring
brought
is
up the
crazy.
Trinity out of nowhere, bro. So you said
For real.
give
Can you
you an
start
example.
tracking? Look.
We're talking, and I
You're
gave you
not
an
tracking.
example.
I mentioned
I
the
am
Trinity.
tracking. You're not
because-
tracking.
Can you let me?
arbitrarily
Let me
mentioned the
explain how you're
Trinity.
not. Let me finish. Let me
I
explain
don't
how you're
need
not.
you to
okay?
explain. I'm
When you
showing how
say
you
when,
weren't tracking.
just because I say something's gibberish doesn't mean I.
Yeah,
I
but we
believe it
weren't
or
at the
or I
time you
don't know
said
it.
the Trinity was
Okay.
gibberish. We weren't
It is
talking
gibberish.
about the Trinity.
I
We
gave you an
weren't
example.
talking
Okay.
about the
Again, TikTok brain.
Trinity.
See, this is why the host is getting he's slow. Okay.
So
I
wait,
brought up the
when you
Trinity.
said, why did you
Whoa.
I brought up
arbitrarily
the
bring up the Trinity?
because I gave you an example.
Okay.
Wait, who's that? Hey, too many man them are talking right now, man. I don't like it. Well, it's valid though. At the time, it was valid though. But listening to it like third hand, when like I'm not in the situation though, boy, it's kind of like, yo, too many you man talking. But they're valid though because like this guy is a certified waffler though.
Of something that is gibberish, but I
Bro,
understand.
We were
let
talking
me
about
finish.
tropes
Let
in
me guys
particular.
finish.
Why are you
The
bringing?
tropes about humanity as well. He's saying make it analogous to the Trinity, and I was trying to break it down on how the human trope is not analogous to the Trinity. So when he said the Trinity is gibberish arbitrarily, it's just like, but why though? Why?
God.
Okay, so
Look at this
Ross,
guy.
can you just give us like a
Java.
summarizing of the trope theory real fast?
Yeah.
W comfort, because I was just granting that he knew it. You know what I'm saying? You let the famous people. You let them off with the things you wouldn't let the low tiers off with. Even though he's low tier, I mean the non-famous people off with. But someone had to do it, man. Because I truly don't think he knew what trope was. I feel like this is probably why people always ask, "What do you mean by X, Y, and Z?" Because like it saves you so much time.
Well, no, because the original.
No, you have
No,
the,
no,
you
go
have the
ahead.
floor.
This is
No, you have
gibberish.
the
You have
floor.
the
See,
floor.
this is
You have to. I insist. I insist. Islamic Apex, go. I insist. This is your time to talk. I don't want to interrupt you. What is trope theory?
You have the floor.
this
You have
this
the
is
floor.
another
Go
way to
ahead.
run.
This
I
is
know.
This is
not
just a
it's
way to
not.
run from the
No,
actual question.
can you like break down trope theory for us?
Okay,
Is that easy?
it's impossible to speak to these guys. Can I get a 1v1?
Is it possible? Okay,
Oh.
out of there.
Get out of here.
Bro did it. Bro
He
did
had
it.
a 1v1 for damn near 12 minutes. What is he talking about? Oh, can I get a 1v1? He's been having a 1v1 this whole time, bro. And then the one clarifying question. See how he has 10,000 questions? And then when you ask him, every time I asked him a question, it was a problem. And I asked, wait, what do you mean by same human issues? What do you mean by X, Y, and Z issues? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you think I mean when I say trope theory? Because I don't even think he knows what standard trope theory is.
Like break it down for us or what?
Right? And then crashed out when you gave him an example.
But exactly, like people that don't even hold to tropes are telling me I won, bro. This is crazy. People that I argue with I used to argue with on trope theory are telling me I won. That's how you know I won. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. But this is why people. Oh my gosh, I can't listen to an hour. How? I'm an A1 waffler. Oh no. I've become the thing I hated most. But anyways, this is why, right? We don't just hop on panels, say I know X, because it wouldn't have been bad if he said, "Oh yeah, I don't know what trope is. Can you like define that?" it wouldn't have been bad. It wouldn't. It would have been. Oh, okay. I defined trope. I defined everything else in that conversation. Why? Because he asked questions. I don't know why he acted like he knew what trope theory was. He probably barely knew what you call it, impure relative identity was. But I know for damn sure he don't know what trope is, bro. To save his life, and this is why sometimes rhetoric is the way, man. Sometimes you hold views people never heard about just to bake them, bro. Because I was testing out my theory, really, on trope theory. I was testing out Dr. Sijoadi's theory, and it did work. It did work. I just don't like the approach of analytical philosophers at all. But yeah, peace out, yo. This is my review on Islamic Apex, with my debate with Islamic Apex, actually. What do I think of Islamic Apex? Man, them were trying to tell me he was smart, by the way. The people in this video, they were all like, oh yeah, he's smart, bro. He's smart. I said, boy, stop it. They said, hey, I actually think he's too smart to be Muslim, man. I think he gonna become Christian. I said, boy, if this man become Christian, I'm no longer black. That's what I said. If this man become Christian, I ain't no longer black. That's what I said. I'm right. A year in the making, I'm right. And I baked him on a view I barely held at the time. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all need to lock in. Y'all need to lock in. Don't have TikTok brain, bruh. Some of y'all be having TikTok brain. Don't have that. But yeah, peace out, y'all. End the video and all that. Never been good with that. But yeah, don't have TikTok brain. See ya.